Hey, today I just want to talk about dealing with toxic people. And, there's no such thing as like good people or bad people. There's just people who are unhappy and people who are happy, you know what I mean? And with toxic people, we just have to understand that everybody's going through their challenges in life. Everybody's got their own path that they're going through and still working out, their loose ends. And, you know, we shouldn't give people the privilege or the benefits of controlling our lives, by allowing them inside of our bubble or inside our reality. Because, as like I said, everybody's going through their challenges. These guys have their own bubble that they created for themselves, and it's projecting outside of their bubble. And we have a choice on whether we want their toxic energy or negative energy to pierce through our bubble, because everything's a choice. And if you allow people inside that bubble or inside that reality of yours that you've created, then you got some more things to work on yourself. And toxic people can actually play a great role in surfacing a lot of those issues that we need to work out in ourselves. Because I hear people complain about just like working with workers that are toxic or this and that, but we have to pay attention on how we're reacting and responding when we're around these toxic people. Like, are we getting toxic after we bring around toxic people, or are we gossiping, whenever we step away from these toxic people? And a lot of these guys, like I said, these negative or toxic people, they can surface a lot of these areas that we still need to work in on ourselves. And they kind of bring truth into where we're truly at, because we should never allow people to control how we feel inside, because happiness is a choice at the end of the day. And if we're allowing these guys to interfere with that and giving them the benefit and the privilege to control our happiness, then that just goes to show on where we're at. We got to work out some of the issues where we don't get bothered by people, because it's like if there's a storm or somebody or another state's experiencing bad weather, like that's them. Like, they're going through all their things and they're having the bad weather. We have a choice on whether we want to be affected by that or not. And like I was saying, everything's a choice. And it's up to you whether you want to have that bad weather affect your weather. But you should always have a nice sunny, set reality on where you like to, or just how you want to perceive your own reality. And you should just always choose happiness. And if there's negative people walking around out there, then that's on them. Unfortunately, they don't get to experience that, or they're just not at that level. And we shouldn't judge them, because like I said, everybody's just going through their own path. I mentioned in one of my videos that everybody wants to get to the top, but everybody has their own paths. And sometimes people are just grinding with those challenges on some people have extra emotions, or some people are actually too happy or too giving to where it's consuming them. And just everybody has their own thing going on. And when we talk about toxic people, they're just another type that's going through it as well. And we just have to use them and utilize them as a projection on who we are. Because if somebody says something, like, are we going to react or respond? And if we do end up reacting and start gossiping about these toxic people, then that just truly shows on where we're at and where we need, what we need to work on as an individual. You know what I mean? And like I said, they can just raise or surface some of that stuff that's been buried and hidden within us, because it's hard to see when you're working on yourself certain things, because we just it's just hard for us to see. Like, for instance, like your ego, like you don't know if you have an ego or not. It's just there. And that's like the worst part about ego, is it's there but you don't know it's there. And it's hard to work on something that you don't see inside yourself that exists. But yeah, it's just a we have to train our minds to see the good in every situation, or the positivity in every situation, because there's good and bad in everything. We came down to experience duality, because there's always an opposition. And if you have a choice on whether you want to choose for it to be positive or have a negative outcome. And by allowing these toxic people to affect us, that just kind of goes to show on where we're at and what we need to work on. And like I said, everything is a choice, so we should always choose positive. We should always be the ones trying to grow and understand other people, because like I said, there's no such thing as bad people or good people or even toxic people. There's just people who are happy, and then people who aren't happy. and unfortunately it just projects in their reality, and we have a choice on whether we want that to become our reality or not and be affected by that. So I just wanted to talk about that today. I was just listening to a conversation yesterday, and it just kind of resonated with me about a lady gossiping about a coworker or whatnot. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. Everything's a choice. Choose happiness, and just as always, stay wise and peace out.